teams from Northwest, Shelby, and Wateloo compete on the Nordson Academic Challenge. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us as we start our 54th season of the Nordson Academic Challenge. I'm your host, Rob Powers. All of us so very excited for this new season. Check out the digs here. We've updated our look, our sound. We have a few other changes we hope you enjoy as well. But we're here today to cheer on today's three teams, Northwest, Shelby, and Wateloo, as they compete for points by answering questions in math, science, history, a few other topics as well. After each show, we'll update our leaderboard, and then at the end of the season, the top 5 scoring teams will be awarded a share of $20,000 in grant money from Nordson. Of those 5, the top 3 scoring teams this season will be back for our championship match to determine this season's champion. So, let's get it going. We get it started this morning with the lightning round. All 3 teams compete in this round. We award 20 points for a correct answer. We subtract 20 points for an incorrect or no answer. The match will begin with 100 points for each team. Everybody ready? Some royal dynasties last for centuries, others are short-lived. All make the history books. See what we know about these royal dynasties. Egypt's Ptolemy dynasty ended with this Egyptian queen.
Cleopatra.
Northwest.
Cleopatra.
That is correct. Britain's King Charles belongs to this W initial dynasty. Shelby.
Windsor.
That is correct. The Shakri dynasty rules this country where Bangkok is the capital. Waterloo.
Thailand.
That is correct. France's Henry IV founded this dynasty with an alcoholic name. Waterloo.
Bourbon.
Bourbon is correct. This M initial dynasty was the last dynasty of China.
Ming.
Northwest.
Ming.
Manchu is the answer. Manchu. Russia's Nicholas II was the last Tsar. Waterloo.
Romanov.
That is correct. Luxembourg's royal house shares this name with the capital of the Bahamas. Shelby.
Nassau.
That is correct. The House of Orange heads this country. Waterloo.
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands is correct. Austria's Franz Joseph was one of the last. Waterloo.
Habsburg.
Habsburg is correct. And for our final lightning round question, here's Paula Jackson with the Cleveland Museum of Art.
At the Cleveland Museum of Art, we're looking forward to the opening of our new exhibition, Art and Majesty in Renaissance England. It's set during the time of what royal dynasty that included Henry VIII and Elizabeth I?
Waterloo.
Tudor.
Tudor is correct, and that's the end of that round. That's the way to get it started. We'll be back with more of the Nordson Academic Challenge right after this.
Nordson is honored to sponsor a program that celebrates academic excellence. We're a global industrial technology company with a long and proud history of giving back to the communities where we live and work. We donate 5% of our U.S. pre-tax profits to charity every year. Over the past 30 years, the Nordson Corporation Foundation has donated more than $100 million, and our employees have volunteered more than 100,000 hours. And now, we're pleased to support the legacy of Academic Challenge. Thank you all for watching, and the best of luck to all the participants.
Welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. We continue on now with our Hot Picks round in just a minute. But first, we have to talk about something new this year. If you'd like more information about today's schools or any of the schools that appear this season, take out your phone, scan the QR code you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. That code will take you to news5cleveland.com's Academic Challenge page. We have links for all of this season's schools' websites. You'll be able to check out everything about every one of those schools. Okay, we're going to move on to the Hot Picks round now, one at a time. I ask each team 8 questions. A correct response in this round is worth 20 points. No penalty for a wrong answer. Any team answering all 8 questions correctly receives 25 bonus points. Before we get to the questions, though, we're going to meet the members from this year's team. We're going to start with Northwest. Elena, you're the captain. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a senior this year. I'm involved in NHS, student government, drama, choir, and I plan to study nursing in college.
Is that all? Very well done. Connor, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a senior as well. I'm involved in NHS, Student Council, Science Club, and I plan to study astronomy in college.
Good for you. Tate.
I am also a senior. I plan to study biomedical in college, some form of it. I'm the vice president of National Honor Society, and I also do ski club.
Fantastic. All right. Congratulations for being here. Let's move on. So we move to Shelby. Cole, you're the captain of Shelby. Envelope 1, 2, 3, or 4 for Northwest questions. Two. Okay, Northwest, these questions just for you. Set? Here we go. Starting with the clue, the speckled band, Sherlock Holmes speculated correctly that the phrase referred to what type of reptile, such as those that grew on Medusa's head?
Snake.
That is correct. Blinded in an accident at age 3, what 19th century Frenchman devised and named a raised dot system that enabled the blind to read?
Braille.
That is correct. One historian compared Napoleon to what ancient Carthaginian whose troops crossed the Alps along with their war elephants?
No answer.
Answer is Hannibal. That's all right. Let's go to the monitor. Here is your science question. The tendency of a body at rest to remain at rest and a body in motion to continue at constant velocity is called which of these?
Inertia.
That is correct. During World War II, Theodore Roosevelt Jr., the son of former President Teddy Roosevelt, was the first U.S. general to wade ashore during what military event of June 6, 1944?
D-Day.
D-Day is correct. The set designer always provides a balcony for a scene in what Shakespeare tragedy where Miss Capulet and Mr. Montague declare their love?
Romeo and Juliet.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here is your math question. What is the number of degrees in the angle x if the adjacent exterior angle is 145 degrees?
35 degrees.
35 degrees is correct. Although Casablanca is the largest city in Morocco, the capital of Morocco is what other city?
No answer.
Rabat is the answer. Nice round, Northwest. All righty. Today's second team comes to us from Shelby. Cole, you're the team captain. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a senior, and I'm in student council as well as Interact, and I intend on studying political science in college.
Thank you for being here. Sadie, you're up.
I'm a junior. This is my 8th year in Academic Challenge. I'm a part of student council and my student leadership team, and I want to go into psychology.
Good for you. All right, Case.
I am also a senior. I am a member and leader of Shelby's marching band, and I am Shelby's 2022 Homecoming King.
All right, congratulations, and thanks for being here. That's great. Okay, we go down to Waterloo. Jacob, we are left with envelopes 1, 3, or 4.
Definitely 3.
Definitely 3. No doubt it would be 3. All right, Shelby, again, this is just for you. Set. Here we go. Every modern writer of horror stories owes a debt of gratitude to Bram Stoker, who created what vampire from Transylvania?
Dracula.
That is correct. A symphony orchestra is usually divided into 4 parts: strings, woodwinds, percussion, and what section that also names a metallic alloy?
Brass.
Brass is correct. There's nothing like a good guard dog, especially one with 3 heads, such as what mythical dog that guarded the entrance to Hades?
Cerberus.
Cerberus is correct. Let's go to the monitor. Here's your science question. Atoms of different elements cannot have the same number of which of these?
Electrons.
Protons is the answer. Protons. After 2 years, state wildlife authorities gave up trying to use a satellite to track grizzly bears in what western state where Helena is the capital?
Montana.
Montana is correct. Although it's really a clever slave girl named Morgiana who repeatedly outwits 40 thieves, what Arabian Nights title character gets to claim the treasure in the end?
Alibaba.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. What is the average of these 3 numbers?
20.
20 is correct. Fossil remains indicate that an extensive rainforest once flourished in parts of what South American country whose capital is Bogota?
Colombia.
Colombia is correct. Good round there, Shelby. Okie doke. Our third team this morning comes to us from Waterloo. Jacob, you're the captain.
Well, I'm a senior at Waterloo.
That's good, man. Senior, everything's good? And you were here last year, right?
Yes, I was here last year. I do quiz bowl. I play football. And my future plans are to go into computer science and then maybe astronomy later in my life.
There you go, Jacob. All right, Ryan, you're up.
I'm a sophomore at Waterloo. I'm on the football team and the track team. And my future plans are to become a diesel mechanic.
Wow, good for you. Welcome. Vincent?
I'm a junior. I'm on the Quiz Bowl team as well as the marching band, and I plan to become a science teacher later in life.
There you go. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. All right, for your questions, we come back to Elena. Elena, we are left with envelopes 1 or 4?
4.
4. All right, Waterloo, these questions just for you. All set? Here we go. No matter how popular a politician is, he or she is prohibited by the 22nd Amendment from being elected president more than how many times?
2.
That is correct. One of the largest asteroids is named for what major Roman goddess associated with the Greek Hera?
Ceres.
Juno. Juno is the answer. Fried Jell-O once voted the most creative food at a state fair in what southwestern Lone Star state?
Texas.
That is correct. To the monitor, here's your science question. Of these 3 items, which one would have a pH value of less than 7?
Vinegar.
Vinegar is correct. There are over 100 chemical elements, but the only one with a 3-letter name is what metal, whose symbol is SN?
Tin.
Tin is correct. What New England poet who once compared a poem to a piece of ice on a hot stove got a warm reception for his poem, Fire and Ice?
Robert Frost.
That is correct. We go back to the monitor. Here's your math question. If x equals 12, what is the value of this expression, giving your answer as an integer?
136.
132. 132. DNA testing on a few bones found in a cave indicates human beings arrived 46,000 years ago in what European country where Sofia is the capital?
Bulgaria.
That is correct, and that's the end of that round. Way to go. We'll be right back with more academic excitement right after this. Today's judge from Cuyahoga Community College, advertising manager Victoria Montero. Victoria, it's so good to see you again. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. Before we start our next round, we're going to take a look at the scores so far. In third place with 220 points, the team from Northwest. With 280 points, the team from Shelby. Leading the way right now with 340 points, the team from Waterloo. It's time to go head-to-head, though, again, in the picture-perfect round. Every correct answer here worth 20 points. For a wrong answer or no answer, we take away 20 points. This is for all 3 teams. So hands on the buzzer, eyes on the big monitor here, and glasses on the host. All set? Here we go. There are 2 miles of gold-filled wire in this dazzling sculpture named for what celestial body 93 million miles away from us? Waterloo.
The sun.
That is correct. This is a photo of what 19th century abolitionist? Northwest.
Harriet Tubman.
That is Sojourner Truth. Sojourner Truth. Camille Pissarro, who painted this work, was born in what West Indies island group that the United States later purchased from Denmark? Waterloo.
The East Indies.
The Virgin Islands. The Virgin Islands. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer. Shelby.
14.
4. 4 is the answer. Here, Winston Churchill accompanies David Lloyd George, who represented Britain at the 1919 Peace Conference, named for what French palace? Waterloo.
Versailles.
That is correct. Choice. This is calcium sulfate, a substance more commonly known as gypsum, shale, or magma.
Shale.
Northwest.
Shale.
Gypsum. Gypsum is the answer. These trees grow in the crooked forest in what Eastern European country whose capital is Warsaw? Waterloo.
Poland.
That is correct. The cover of this issue of Cleveland Magazine features Katie Najat, who won gold for women's pole vaulting at the 2021 Summer Olympics, held in which largest Japanese city? Shelby.
Tokyo.
Tokyo is correct, and that's the end of that round. There you go. That's how you do it. Don't go anywhere. Our exciting grab bag round to determine today's winner, that's coming up after Mix It Up. Stick around. Welcome back. Time to say hello to today's school advisors. From Northwest, it's Gina Huskisson and Victoria Shepard. From Shelby, it's Grayson Murray. And from Waterloo, Greg Drugan. We thank you so much for being here. Thanks for everything you do for our kids. Now it's time to mix it up one more time. One at a time, I ask each team 6 questions. A correct response here is worth 20 points. No penalty for a wrong answer here. Any team answering all 6 questions correctly in this round receives 25 bonus points. All set? Northwest, you're up first. These questions just for you. Here we go. You can find hidden in this phrase the name of what town, the largest city in Canada?
Toronto.
That is correct. If I were to offer you condolences, I would be offering you which of these?
Sympathy.
That is correct. Add 8 more letters here. You can change this cat into what worm-like creature that will grow up to be a beautiful butterfly?
Caterpillar.
That is correct. You would check this volume of an old encyclopedia to read about what Roman goddess of the hunt associated with the Greek Artemis?
Diana.
That is correct. If you were reading an article about polywogs, you would be studying which of these?
Tadpoles.
That is correct, and that was big because this one's for the bonus points. This remark was made by what 31st president who had plenty of time to go fishing after he lost the 1932 election?
Hoover.
Herbert Hoover is correct for the bonus points. Way to go, Northwest. Good round, good round. All right, Shelby, that's how it's done. All set? Here we go. Study this phrase. See if you can find the name of what river that carved out the Grand Canyon.
Colorado.
That is correct. Someone who is culpable should receive which of these?
Blame.
That is correct. To name both a poisonous snake and a northerner who sympathized with the South during the Civil War, place in the blanks what metallic element?
Copper.
That is correct. You would pick up this volume of an old encyclopedia to read about what Roman god of love, often portrayed as a young boy with wings.
Cupid.
Cupid is correct. Which of these is a major export of the Central American country of Costa Rica?
Coffee.
Coffee is correct. And that was big because this is for the bonus points. This comment comes from what Democrat from Georgia who was elected our 39th chief executive in 1976?
Carter.
Jimmy Carter is correct for the bonus points. Again, another good round, another perfect round. Waterloo. You all ready? All right, here we go. Look closely at this artistic phrase. See if you can find the hidden name of what New England state?
Vermont.
That is correct. If a person were belligerent, you would most appropriately expect him or her to take which of these actions?
Fight.
That is correct. You will not feel low if you fill in the blanks here to name what first U.S. national park famous for its geysers?
Yellowstone.
That is correct. It is in this volume of an old encyclopedia that you'd find an entry on what Norse god of thunder who carried a short-handled hammer?
Thor.
That is correct. At which of these places would you most appropriately expect to see an aardvark?
A zoo.
Of course you would, and that was big. Here comes the bonus question. These were the words of what 34th president who had been a World War II general?
Eisenhower.
General Eisenhower is correct for the bonus points. A perfect round. We'll be back with our final and deciding grab bag round. That's coming up right after this.
To stay up to date with everything academic, visit us online at news5cleveland.com/academic challenge and watch full episodes on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and other devices.
Welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. Before we continue, we are going to recap the scores right now. In third place with 325 points, the team from Northwest. In second place with 425 points, the team from Shelby. Leading the way right now with 525 points is Waterloo. But hold on, anything can happen. It's time for the grab bag round. In this free-for-all, each correct answer is worth 30 points. A team will lose 30 points for a wrong or no answer. Again, this is for all three teams. Hands on the buzzers. All set? Let's do this. Some of Shakespeare's plays begin with a prologue, but what other word names the opening section of the Constitution? Which, Shelby?
Preamble.
That is correct. To go with the Army's mule and the Navy's goat, the Air Force Academy chose what hawk-like bird as a mascot? Northwest.
Falcon.
Falcon is correct. Today you can fly the distance in less than an hour, but in 1865 it took 24 days for the troops of what Union general to march from Atlanta to the coast? Waterloo.
Sherman.
That is correct. Many of these crew members died when what U.S. naval ship was blown up in Havana Harbor in 1898?
USS
Shelby.
Maine.
Pardon me?
USS Maine.
That is correct. Longfellow used the words lady with a lamp to refer to what woman who served as a nurse during the Crimean War? Shelby.
Nightingale.
That is correct. Although it was settled 20 years before Jamestown, what English colony in Waterloo?
Roanoke.
That is correct. What is the positive geometric mean between the numbers 4 and 16? Shelby.
10.
8. 8 is the answer. Back to the monitor. This financial strategy was the idea of what British author of So Long and Thanks for All the Fish? Shelby.
Douglas Adams.
That is correct. American colonists were outraged by what 1765 English Revenue Act that required all American Northwest.
Stamp Act?
Stamp Act is correct. Every year, over 100,000 Americans fracture what largest bone in the human body? Shelby.
Femur.
Femur is correct. In the Civil War, General McClellan commanded the major Union force. That's our final buzzer. That means we go right to the scoreboards. Let's check it out. In third place today, with 385 points, is the team from Northwest. In second place, with 545 points, is the team from Shelby. And holy cow, there it is with 585 points. Your winner of today's Academic Challenge, Waterloo. Congratulations, what a game. You should have joined us next time. We'll feature teams from Barberton, Rootstown, and Sandusky. Everybody have a good time today? Everybody good? All right. You all have a good time? That's all that matters. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Powers. We'll see you right back here next week.